This is Laura from LIVEVISIONZ.com, and I just wanted to give you guys some information on Mercury, the sign of Mercury, and what it means. Mercury is the planet of communication, and Mercury goes retrograde about 3 times a year. It is the fastest moving planet. The moon's actually faster, but the moon is really a luminary. So, when Mercury does go retrograde, depending on the house that it's in, usually you're rethinking, redoing something in that house, or people from the past tend to re-enter. When Mercury does go retrograde, they ask that you don't sign contracts, and unless it's something that you were offered prior to the Mercury going retrograde. So let's say, they always say it's not good to start something new during a Mercury retrograde if it's in the house that it's in. So let's say that, is it a good time to start a new relationship? Probably not if Mercury's retrograding in your 7th house. But is it a good time to fix things with an ex? Definitely. You may actually hear from an ex if it's retrograding in your 7th house. Wherever Mercury's going retrograde, you're asked to kind of look within and sort of reanalyze, rethink whatever, it was retrograding in that house. Pretty much, like I said, Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. And during this time, communications can get lost. You could have miscommunications with people. Documents are lost. Bad time to sign legal agreements because of the fact that you might sign something and not know the big picture later on. You may not really see the fine print, or what you thought you were signing may turn out to be something else. So in this video, I am going to go into Mercury by the signs and Mercury by the houses, and to give you a better understanding of what it means. So stay tuned. Hi, this is Laura from LiveVisions.com. I just wanted to give you some information on Mercury and what does it mean if your Mercury is in Leo or the 5th house. Well, Mercury is how you think and how you communicate. So the sign it's in shows kind of like how you communicate. And the house it's in kind of shows you what you're, thinking about, like what focus you have, So, okay, so Mercury in Leo. These people would be great at creative things, You're just a creative thinker. You could be very dramatic in the way you communicate. Yes, you could be a drama queen. You could be, like, the way you think, you could be very much like, here I am, let the party begin, Leo is very, it's ruled by the sun, so it, attracts attention. You could also be, like I said, very, that's how you might communicate, You could be very, I will say, if you're speaking to somebody, you would want their attention on you. You wouldn't like somebody who's talking to you and like, oh yeah, that's talking to someone else, and you're like, Leo's like undivided attention, especially if the Mercury's in Leo. You wouldn't be a great, this is somebody who might be a good actor too, because you can be very dramatic with your communication. What else? Mercury now let's talk about in the 5th house. If your Mercury's in the 5th house, you'd be great at, very creative person. You would be great at creative projects, anything that has to do, if you play games and you may be concerned with children a lot, children or games or entertainment or romance. You could be really, your mind's always on romance, could be, who knows? But any of those 5th house areas would be probably a focus for you. And I would say the kind of games that you might like would be the kind of games that require intellect. Like, I remember back in the day, this is kind of showing my age, but Trivial Pursuit, which was like a game that you would play, but, based on logic and how much knowledge that you have, those would be kind of the games that you might be interested in. But like I said, a very creative person. You could be very, creative in many different areas. You could be wonderful, who knows, web design or something. Any 5th house, but your mind might be focused a lot on that 5th house of children, and if that's where it is. Now, mind you, you may have to watch 2 videos because not everybody's going to be the same house and the same sign. So you may have to watch a video for, you know, the house it's in and the sign it's in, and it's going to give you a little bit more clarity. Remember, the sign it's in tells you how the person communicates, you know, and the house it's in may be where your mental focus may be a lot, where it's at. So I will say, you know, Mercury and Leo like attention, you know, so you could also be communicate in a very beautiful and creative way. You could be a creative writer, you know, you could create, you know, you could be like a writer, a poet, you could sing in a beautiful way too. Anything that has to do with communication, because don't forget, Leo is, you know, the sun, you know, and it's creativity, you know, so in your Mercury is how you speak, how you convey yourself. So you could come off very beautiful in your words or your speech, or, you know, your thinking. You could have, somebody may think, wow, I just love the way that person thinks, you know, such a creative thinker. And but I will say, if you don't get the attention you're wanting, you could be quite dramatic. You know, and I would say maybe a lot of actors would be good with this placement too, because, you know, the way their speech is, and, you know, it's just a dramatic placement. Anyway, this is my synopsis of Mercury in Leo, or the 5th house. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Also, I wanted to let you know, classes will be resuming in February on LIVEVISIONZ.com. So I have the basics and the aspects coming up. So if you would like to sign up, I would like to keep it only like about 20 or so students. So I don't want it too big, because I want it one-on-one. So if you'd like to sign up now on the link below. I also have new reports I just added to the website that are really, really helpful, and they're pretty long. They're 50 to 70 pages, some of them. If you go to the website and go under astrology reports, it'll show you how long the reports are and what to expect. The future forecast reports are really good, because they let you know the transits that are coming up, what you have to like maybe watch out for, and it can give you insight into that, and they're really detailed. Also, the child report is great if you have a little creative child yourself, being a Leo, or it can also give you insight into what your child may be good at for the future, so you can give them a head start as to, you know, what to kind of get them into. You know, I did mine to see if it was accurate, and it was pretty much accurate of everything that I was into as a kid, and even as an adult, it was pretty accurate. So anyway, also there's a romance reports on there, so if you want to know how you and a partner would match up, there's like 3 or 4 different romance ones on there. So anyway, they're about $30 each, which is a pretty good. They're very detailed, and I just wanted to let you know that it's something new that's added to the site. Anyway, I hope you have a nice new year, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good day.